Hey, it's me again. Um, Trying to remember how exactly we do this before, so then I can start doing it again like that. Uh, Today is the 26th of November, and it is 4:30 in the afternoon. It's raining a little bit right now, and there's also a creek nearby. Maybe you can hear these things if I point the microphone. Maybe you'll hear them. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so I uploaded the video yesterday, and I realized it had been 8 months since I had last posted. So I think that I want to start doing this again, even though it's been 8 months. Yeah, talking to the camera, it's kind of nice. I know that my thoughts aren't they aren't as cohesive and coherent as they could be, but down the road, I think if I get to the point where somebody wants to watch these to gain some kind of perspective or even direction, which these probably aren't the greatest videos to watch for direction, but yeah, see, I lose my train of thought all the time. Yeah, I want to be able to have it so then I can reflect on it or somebody else can. Probably me, but yeah, I also imagine a future where I get to the point with some of my things where people really love my art and what I've done, and they find this, and then they become really interested in looking at these parts of my life. I want to be able to make like my life story so far, what I've done through my life, really obvious. Like anybody can figure out what I was doing on the 26th of November because there is a record of it, or what I was doing in November of 2023, where I was, what I was working on. Yeah, I mean, I think with the digital age, nobody's ever been able to do that before. And I don't know if anybody's really even done that before. So, yeah, that's why I find it appealing. Yeah, today's been okay. I woke up and I came in, sat in this chair, and just kind of hung out for a good bit. I think I took a nap in this chair. The sun hasn't come out even fucking once today, which I always just find myself feeling a little bit moodier when the sun isn't out. That's just how I am. I just fucking love the sun. Like, the sun would be coming in from here right onto me right now, but there's so many rain clouds that it's not going to happen, sadly. But, yeah, I woke up, kind of just, like, hung around a little bit, took a nap in this chair, and then... Oh, God, I'm sorry. Then I got up and kind of just consumed entertainment, like, through media for a good while. I cut up a mango, cut open a coconut, and just kind of, like, enjoyed myself in the morning. And then eventually I decided, okay, I need to get to work now. So I started doing some work. I had a little bit of trouble staying focused, but I put all of my expenses from the end of last month and then up until this exact point right now, which is, well, yeah, the 26th. Yeah, I put all of my expenses in. Realized I had spent a little bit more money than I wanted to, which that was pretty awesome to realize. Yeah, feeling a little bit of loss of direction. I started trying to figure out what it was I wanted to do. I decided that I wanted to write about... I wanted to get a, like, check-in checklist. So it's like, I have this list that is for me to be able to know when to check in with myself for specific things, like checking in with my finances. So like once a week, I'll put in my expenses and then check in, see what I'm spending, if I'm spending too much, if I'm, figure out what categories I'm spending too much money in, so then I know what to like pull back on a little bit. So things like that. I went out and got pad thai at a Thai restaurant, and I was writing while in the Thai restaurant, and then I went to a different Thai restaurant and got another order of pad thai because I wanted to try pad thai somewhere and then go somewhere else and try the same dish, but see the difference, how the taste and like consistency, what it's like to eat it can vary. I don't know. I'm just trying to have fun while doing work. Came home, prepped a little bit for a meeting, took that meeting, just got off that meeting, and I was holding my mic, just like fiddling with it the whole time. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to make one of these because I guess we're doing that now. Yeah, so that's the day so far. Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten into a little bit of a pattern where I work up until around 5 o'clock, and then after 5 o'clock I go and see the girl, and we spend most of the rest of the day together, and then I go drop her off back at her house, and then I come back home and hang out for a little bit, maybe have a mango, and then go to bed. And it's definitely not a bad system, but I don't know. Today it's 5:30, right? Sorry, 4:30, which means I'd leave the house in about 30 minutes. But I have more work that I know that I need to do, that I want to do, so I feel like I haven't deserved to hang out with her today. I'm going to have to explain that to her today, too. Yeah, I like this girl, though. She's smart enough to understand roughly what I'm doing, and she's kind enough to give me her energy when she can, which is good. She acknowledges too that I give her my energy, which is good. My own energy. Yeah, it's hard to find girls like that. At least at this age. Yeah. My 19th birthday was good. I spent it alone, and it was probably one of the best birthdays I've had. Yeah. Trying to think what else comes to mind. Sometimes when I start talking on here and I begin to find myself trailing off or losing, I find myself not really saying anything, then I find this pressure to come up with something to talk about. So then I'm scraping through my brain, trying to find what it is there is to talk about. Ugh. Yeah. Today I felt fearful. Today I felt fearful that I'm doing the wrong things. But I know my plan, and I just need to stick with it. I think one of my issues is I try new things, but I just wouldn't stick with it. And I also, I wouldn't be consistent with it. So that's something that I want to practice. Even if this plan that I have does not work for this specific avenue of work, I want to know that I fucking tried. I tried for at least 3 months before I decided to stop. But that's if I decide to stop doing it, which I don't think is going to happen. It is a little frustrating sometimes knowing that, my clients are I can drop clients, but I have one client right now that I'm choosing to only have one client right now. And, it does feel like a boss a little bit. In some senses, it's a little bit like a boss. But also, if I wanted to, I could drop this client, just like I could quit my job and they wouldn't be my boss anymore. But it's not like I quit the job and then the job's gone forever. If I drop the client, it's like I still have my agency. So yeah, but working on this, it's been good and it's been bad. It's been complicated and all over the place. And I was talking to somebody who wanted to start digital marketing as well, and they've been spending the past like 2.5 months taking a course for it, and I haven't taken any course. Like I think I've watched YouTube videos about breaking down like aspects of it, like breaking down a certain CRM system that I want to start using. Yeah, but I think jumping in head first to things is a good way to do it. I'm not sure though. Today I have felt fearful and doubtful of my path. And that's never easy to deal with, but it helps to recognize that that feeling comes and goes. It will pass, and it will come back after it passes eventually. So I just have to accept that and acknowledge it, especially during those moments where, the lack of acknowledgement of it can lead to just complete stagnation of work. Getting my mind clear, though, helps a lot, which is kind of why I'm enjoying doing this again. But, I think back when I was still living in California, I had this perspective of like, what am I doing every day? How am I using my time every day? I felt like kind of disgraceful for the way that I was using my time. How much time am I spending sitting in a chair in the sun? How much time am I spending like getting different kinds of dishes of pad thai? I can like shit talk myself so much. It's so easy to, and I did it so much back in California. And today I've had a little bit of a taste of that, where I'm like reflecting on my path and thinking about, is this enough? How long can I keep doing this before it becomes an issue? Like I can't do it. There's a water pump over there, and man, Thailand's so funny. I'm not gonna explain. This is a rabbit hole. Yeah. But I know that I've been able to recognize that very recently that progression isn't just based on like what is physically in front of you, the amount of sales, the amount of interactions, the materialistic successes, the clear material proofs of success. I talked about this yesterday. Focusing on completing, not just completing tasks, but actually like the doing of the tasks. So focus so intently on the doing of the task that your focus is no longer on the completion of it, but specifically like the act of doing the task, and the completion of the task. The task being done after it's done is just a byproduct of you simply just like wanting to perform the act of doing the task. So even if I get to the point where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, this didn't work, whatever it is, I know that I've spent the time well, I think. I've been able to recognize that a lot of the work is dependent on one's virtues, and a lot of my ability to stay consistent comes from my virtues and if I am practicing them. So this whole time I have been practicing them, being mindful of it too. And that in itself is work. That in itself is a success. And that feels good to me. It's hard though, because there's a part of my brain that wants so badly just to have something that I can like print and tape up on my fucking wall, like here's the sales, here's the interactions, here's the success, here it is, right in my face. But it takes time, and recognizing that I'm still young and that I'm still new at this, it's going to take time. And I have the time to do it. It's hard to accept, but it's something that I must accept. Because if I don't, I'll get swallowed up in that egotistical want for that proof of progression, of success. And, yeah, I mean, that's not really what I want. I want to walk the path. I hope you enjoyed your day, if you were alive on this day, the 26th of November, 2023. And I hope that I don't really know. I started that without actually a thing in mind that I was hoping for. I do that a lot, where I start a sentence and I know the thought's going to come after, but then sometimes I start a sentence and then the thought just does not come. Goodbye.